Hey guys, this is Apollo here, and it is an update to my Vyrgilla deck. So with the new support from the DZ-SS11, the Festival Booster, I have to say, from being a casual deck, it became more of a semi-competitive deck now. I'm not even joking. So yeah, with the new Alfknights grade 3, it really made this deck so much more consistent, so much more threatening compared to its base form. So I will just do a quickly go through the deck profile. I mean the deck update. Anything that's like mentioned in my original deck profile, you can go back and look at it. I'm just going through most of the new cards in this deck, so we'll go through that. Okay, so right line is the same. You run Vyrgilla as your starter. I mean this is what I pulled from my start deck. Running Vyrgilla just because you want to get to survive for free for a solo instead of discarding card. Shooting the Vyrgilla because you want to get your grade 2 to the deck, and depending on the matchup or depending on the situation, you can use it either for your ultimate skill card or your grade 2 like Ezra and Wing. And your grade 3 base form, it is your right start rewrite the start Vyrgilla, which is the base form, and there's a lot of stuff going on here. So that is it for right deck. So now let's go on to the grade 3s. The grade 3s are the ones that I want to go through a little bit more. So with the new support, you do play you play 4 of Vyrgilla Alfknights. So Alfknights is the one that make Vyrgilla so much different compared to the base form of right here. So I'll go to skill real quickly. So the first skill, rewrite, which is some keyword that they introduced for Vyrgilla himself. So it is act on hand from hand. If your opponent's Vanguard is greater or greater, you can bind a rewrite start Vyrgilla from your Vanguard, and you can write this from your card as stand. And at a turn, you choose the Vyrgilla you bind earlier and write it on the Vanguard's rest. So that's the first thing. And when you do that, you get all the skills below. So the first skill is that you search your deck or drop for up to 1 Galaxian, which is your Ezor, your Fanver, and your Cosmos. And same thing, deck or drop for up to 1 ultimate skill card. The Galaxian, you call it Rigor Circle, and the ultimate skill card, you put in your hand and shuffle your deck. The second skill is that until the end of this turn, for this turn, this unit gets auto once per turn on Rigor Circle. When this unit attacks, you count -1. Reset stand all your front row guards, and this unit gets a drive, +1 drive. And for every copy of it in Soul, your front row gets this 5k. So really good, and it's made it much more threatening and much more really different compared to what the base Vyrgilla do. From a really beginner-friendly start deck, it becomes like a really threatening deck. I've never imagined Vyrgilla to go up to this stage right now. Okay, so so I also play 3 of the base rewrite star Vyrgillas in the main deck. Unfortunately, not like the crisscross epic decks or whatever the glitter decks or whatever deck that they have around there. You cannot personal write like in a special way, like putting a different card or using some other skill. So you have to hard write the rewrite star Vyrgilla to get the personal right to actually activate. So honestly speaking, this actually is pretty consistent. I mean, people say, oh, it's gonna take up two less shields in the deck. Well, I've played it, and I'll be honest. I mean, this doesn't make a difference. It just really makes this much more different, and it's a really interesting play how it goes. So the other good I run is what the other good I only run 3 Fan and Bear. With the new with Alfknights, you no longer have to instead of you no longer have to hard draw your Faners to get your stuff, and you immediately, most likely, you will guarantee to get your percent hit to him and Ezor, and also to put in some counter charge 1. So which is why I think this has made it so much more consistent. And I only went 3 of it because you don't want to run too many grade 3s, to be very honest. But I will go through much detail later on. So that's for the grade 3s, not for the grade 2s. Grade 2s, not much has changed for the main units. I mean for Ezreal, obviously, because Ezreal is the main focus of the deck. I run 3 N-Wings simply because it's just like my original deck profile. It's more of a shield in this case, it's more of a shield kind of thing rather than like an attacker. Or in a case, if there's some matches I don't see Alfknights at all in my hand. So aiming does help kind of be a backup in that case. But you get my point. Now for the orders, I've changed it slightly. So you still want to pay $4 because starter pay is literally your one of the cards you play because you need to get your Vyrgilla up to high power and get your pieces. At the same time, I've reduced my basing star cost to 2. So because Alpha now search or your deck or drop for your ultimate skill cards, you no longer have to play too many copies of it. I mean, I still run four Starter Blades because it's still really a good card. Splitting Star cost in your hand because you're not going to use it unless you're going to finish your opponent off, which is now useful because in certain matchups, when you want to finish your opponent off, you would go to Blazing Star cost, and this is your finisher, and this has a reason why it's like, even though it's reduced to 2 now, it's still pretty good. And this is a bit debatable. I only run one. I run the USC in the Sky. But if you want, you can run the cup. If you want, that works. Twin cast also works if you want to get the double guard. If you want to do that. But for now, I'm playing the Union Sky. But you can put the either the cup or the twin cast if you so choose to. So for the great ones, I pay 3 Cosmos. I no longer play Flare Cosmo deck because Flare Cosmo is not great of a card. I'll be very honest. And even then, if you wouldn't need to put it behind Ezra in order for it to not put it behind Ezra, but you have to put it behind Ezra because you can only withstand if your Ezra withstands. So unfortunately, from what I understand, this card is not really easy to get because you can only get it from, at least in JP format, you can only get it through the 0-star deck, not this one, but the one that came out in the Coco magazine. Kind of sucks, but I was really lucky to get these when it actually first came out. So here's the little thing I run. So I run 3 Summon Flight Dragons. So the reason why I'm using Summon Flight, you can also play Nilmean if you want to combat on the top 7 for a grade 3, but instead of shield value, you just get 5k power. So it's a trade-off. It really depends on your playstyle. I personally like Summon Flight because it doesn't pay any cost for free. You just have to take 2 cards from Reddit and just top 7, and if you don't get any, you can just put it back in hand. It's the same with Nilmean. Like you can place it, you combat 1, you top 7 for grade 3. If you don't put in anything, you can counter 1. So there are some trade-offs, but I think because in the current meta there was some decks, some GX out there, so you might want to be careful. Just fire 3. I did try running at 2, but 2 is 2 is a bit okay, I guess. It's a bit too hard to see. This is why free silent sweet spot for me. And PG, I run for the PGs. You mean obviously you put one assign 2 if you want to make it more competitive. For the triggers, I run the Dragon Power team. I mean, it's pretty obvious. I know Alfknights doesn't really need the OC anymore, but I think it just makes sense, to be honest. So it's no longer reliant in the new Vyrgilla. So I still run the 8 vanilla crits. But what I do want to mention is I can run effect fronts like confidently now. So because Alfknights now gets +1 drive when it attacks, your drop house and Vanguard as well. So your drop house, like, you don't have to worry about losing much hand and you get 4 heals. So yeah, the deck is much more different compared to what it was different base start deck. So like I said, from being a casual and a beginner friendly deck, now becomes like a more threatening and a more semi-competitive deck, if you personally ask me. So with that being said, that's it for my quick deck update. So that's it for guys. Thank you guys for so much for watching this deck update. If you do like it, please do like, comment, share, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more. I will try to maybe do some recordings to upload whenever I have time. That's about it, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.